Here we go. Welcome to the lesson number 5. Evaluate and extract. So what have we learned until today? We've learned about the fact that the emotions are the kids of the beliefs and of the thoughts. You put them together, you've got emotion. Great, perfect. About anger. When you get in an angry situation, something that triggers, boom, you use which framework? Memory, refresh. Here we go. Event, trigger, outcome. Boom. You're detached. Now you're rationalizing. Now you're thinking. Next lesson, in the number 4, you started to set some truths for yourself. I think I'm this way. I think I'm that way. Now what should I do with it? Afterwards, you start to reorganize these identities. Hey, wait a second. Am I so? Am I that? And you start to move and get a clarity through the dreamer, the realist, and the critic framework. All right, good. And there you reinstall new beliefs, which you have done in the previous lesson. Now, while you start to act upon these new beliefs, emotions, every kind of emotions are going to rise up. Before we start to look at where to put those emotions, because back to the fundamentals, emotions are just ingredients. Emotions are flavors. Now, lesson number 5. Emotions are flavors, not ingredients. I want to remind you, there is the QR code. You can scan it, get a one-on-one touch on a one-on-one call with me. We can do this work together, even deeper, even more. If you're ready already to change your life and to go deeper into one and forever, once for whole your life, to do a transformational work, you can access a chance, allow yourself to rise program. You can do it by yourself, 12 models, you just access, you go and click below, you connect, you go, you subscribe, you register, you become a student for exploreselfmba.com. You have access to every other program inside the academy. All right? And I also want to remind you that if you need my assistance while you are going through that very transformational work, which will change your life, there are 2 other options. You can take the core mission code. The first option is 6 sessions between me and you, which means allow yourself to rise program, 12 modules, plus 6 sessions, me and you. Or there's the third option. Allow yourself to rise program, 12 modules with the workbook included in one-on-one session between me and you, and 12 mentorship sessions. So whatever suits you, whatever you decide that is time to do for you, go and do it and start changing your life now. Let's go back to the lesson number 5. Emotions are flavors, not ingredients. The next step, after understanding the nature and role our beliefs play in forming our personal truth and setting the goal of instilling new beliefs aligned with our values, what I value, where I want to get, what's important for me, and the quality of life we desire, is to allow our emotions to play a healthy role in our human experience. They're not the enemy. The lack of control is. By control is controlling the reaction, not suppressing stuff and then they explode and it's like, wow, beautiful control you've done. That's not control, that's suppression, that's denial. And then we get sick, then we get angry, then we snap at people, at ourselves and everything around. So look at now at this page in the chapter number 5. After you install a new belief, you have to think it. Now you have to think about that new belief. And you have to make some decisions, what I'm going to do about it. And that's how you get to the action. Now, the wrong way is to have your emotions along the way, all over the place. When you are in deciding new beliefs for yourself, which are going to serve you, I believe I deserve this. I believe I can do this. I believe I can accomplish this in 5 or 10 years. I believe that's what I care. That's what I stand for. I believe. That's who I am. Blah, 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 blah. An emotion might arise. Don't give it importance. Don't let that emotion to stay in the driver's seat. So you can look at the green check mark and the red cross. When the emotions are allowed to have space in every little step, They're gonna mess with our psyche, with our life, with our hearts, with our souls, with the people around, with everything, with our growth. Let them be there, but don't give them authority. Does it make sense? Let's put it differently. You are allowed to experience every kind of emotion. Experience it. What do you care? Don't act upon it. Yeah, it might trigger something. We will use it. And I'm sharing with your framework in the next page. But just don't give them authority. Here's the trick. Just spot it and say, you're an emotion. I know you. You're an emotion. I'm getting angry, but probably I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to ask what made me angry. Am I ashamed of something? Am I afraid of something? Or maybe there's a healthy anger, and that should stop. Hey, hello, sorry. Say, hello. Would you stop doing that, please? Stop. So you see, you react with authority. You don't react, hey, stop doing that. No. You spot, oh, it's an emotion. I'm not going to give it power. I'm going to take action, but it's not a reaction to the emotion. It's an action according to the belief into the values. So while you're instilling new beliefs, new thoughts, new decisions, and actions according to these beliefs, emotions are going to arise. Don't give them authority. Just don't give them authority. Do what's right and don't give authority to those emotions. Don't hate the sinner. Hate the sin. Allow your emotions to uplift, empower, and help you keep growing. Embrace the victories and grieve over the significant losses so we can appreciate both triumph and defeat with the same attitude. If you're not afraid of emotions, then is when you start controlling them. We're not afraid. And you look at them, you use them for your growth. So when you look at the last page of this lesson should be shorter. When you install new beliefs, when you start to think about them, or when you start to act upon them, triggers. Write them down. Write them down and find the pattern. Every single time I start to think differently about a belief, why is this belief keep giving me this dissonance? Probably have to go back to lesson number 4, where you have to understand, because I still think it is not real, it's a dreamy thing, but actually I'm moving it into the realistic domain. That's why our psyche is resisting, telling you, no, that can't be true. You can become a millionaire. No, you can have that lifestyle. You can transform yourself and have that personal growth. Oh, you will never become a great leader. You'll never become a great leader. You know, it's a belief, and it stays in the dream kingdom. And we'll say, I have some talents and gifts but I just don't believe it. I would like to. You would like to, so it's in the dreamer, but you haven't crossed the line towards the realist. Hey, wait a second, but what if I start to install this new belief, and what if I start thinking about how can I accomplish it, and what if I start accomplishing it? So it's about belief, thought, and action. So while you try to do that, triggers, write them down so that you can monitorize this process. The key of this evaluation and extraction is to evaluate the process of growth. When you start to act upon a new belief, when you start to think how to satisfy this new belief, like what should I be thinking about if these were to be true? Because that thing which I thought is true doesn't serve me. That's not me. I thought I can give multiple chances to everybody. That doesn't serve me anymore. I have to start to be rational about it, and I have to start to think realistically about it. So every single time when you'll be tempted to give 2 chances to somebody, and then to the 3rd chance say, look, we had a conversation, we talked, it's time to go. You'll be triggered to go back to your old identity. Yeah, but maybe deserve the 3rd, the 5th, the 10th chance. I don't know. Nobody knows. You know. It's right or wrong, the right way, the wrong way. It's not about how many. I'm not teaching that now. That's up to you. But you'll be triggered to go back to your old identity. That's not easy. So you have to evaluate the process of growth and see what's triggering constantly. and see again maybe some shame, so that you know where to look at the identity work. And again, scan the QR code and we can go deeper and give you some framework, some things to do so that you can recalibrate, which is the name of the next lesson, the last step in our emotional command reset. All right, good. Now we're going to recalibrate, and some of the things have to go away, but we have to recalibrate this process of growth. So while you are on this lesson 5, evaluate and extract, you just keep tracking along the way the process of growth. What are the triggers more often arising so that you can monitor the situation? While you're doing it, you're actually using your emotions as your personal inner detectives. Because there's like red lamp, red. I gotta go and do something more work there. I gotta look there, what's the conflict within myself, so that you don't find yourself reacting. So how to recalibrate this old growth and release. Why release? Because we have to give it some time. Why is that so? Very important. This is the last secret in this program, and you will discover in the next lesson. Thank you for your next attention. Let's see each other in the last lesson of this program. Take care. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.